shine its light on me. This is the life of the game, and they will scream. They will scream my name. This is the life of the game, and fate will be my destiny.
everybody. Victoria. Hi, I'm Vaughn.
I'm Tori.
And Victoria found her phone. Did it. And we are doing the trial bright and early this morning instead of waiting for Sunday. Oh, I forgot we left the sound up from last night. You warned me.
Yeah. I know, because I'm real wide awake.
Yeah, I know what you're doing that. Especially after I was doing on caffeine last night. Just to begin this today. We're drinking the Monster Energy Ultra Gold today.
I like this one.
You have this one?
Once.
I think it's about half. Yeah, that was about half.
The vanilla smells good.
Smells much better than the other ones. It actually trying to identify the fruit. Mango. It's a mango flavor. Okay, yeah, that one's not too bad. Totally not me forgetting to bring up the stream manager in the middle of this. Hopefully someday people will actually watch these videos on YouTube. As of right now, they don't. Because why would they? Are you kidding me? Alright, she will be back. I will continue the stream as she is gone. Every day. She doesn't get a chance. Ever. But, yeah, we will be jumping into Chapter 4, Island Life, Deadly Life. We are actually not in the investigation, we are getting ready to start the trial. So that is where we are sitting right now. It is trial time. And yeah, let's get into it. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. That's like a tongue twister. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. One by one, everybody went. I can't do it. Until I was the only one left. When I was about to take a step forward. We're the same. The same step ladders. Huh? Nagito is suddenly standing next to me with his eyes locked on to Monokuma Rock. Other than the small movements of his mouth, he was perfectly still.
Well...
You and I are just step ladders. For everyone who holds the title of Ultimate. I always believed that I didn't mind. Unlike you, I know my place. What are you saying?
Man.
That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time. And from that, the true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope.
Damn it.
But it wasn't. There's no hope amidst all this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people?
What?
Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't real hope? But you're wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope.
Isn't that right?
After all, that's what it means to live, right? There's no way I'm going to accept that.
Well...
Oh well. It's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway.
Hey.
There's this one novel I like. It's a peculiar mystery story. Huh? A novel? Nagito can read? Oh my god. Oh! Hi you guys, everybody welcome back, Victoria. The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery.
Your turn to die?
But when you get to the end, surprise, surprise, the girl was actually the killer.
Never mind.
Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader. A projection of the reader. And this projection turns out to be the killer.
Damn.
Which means the killer you were looking for this whole time was inside you all along. How do you feel about novels like that?
Those are awesome.
What the heck are you talking about? You're just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book that I've never read before.
No good at all.
Such a normal answer. Should have expected that from a talentless reserve corps student like you.
That's how I talk to everyone.
But I know that you don't matter at all, so why do I care about you? You admire Hope. I love Hope.
Right?
In some ways, we're similar. And maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Enough already! I don't have enough time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone is waiting.
Man.
Everyone, huh? Do you still believe you're just like everyone else? Reserve Corps students are so full of themselves! Nagito's chilling laugh continued as he disappeared into Monokuma Rock. Calm down. That's right, I need to calm down. Took several deep breaths, and once my nerves had settled, stepped into Monokuma Rock. The elevator shook violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed. There's so few of us now.
Did you ever realize
There's half.
Suichi is just staring at Sonya?
I'd like to imagine that he's either staring at Sonya or he's trying to glance into Connie's ass.
Well, we don't have Terror trying to look at everyone in Hajime.
Yeah, Hajime is just like, fuck this.
Hajime
Hey.
doesn't look at
But when we're in a normal elevator that shakes this bad, reminds me how efficient that elevator in the funhouse was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. The elevator continued to shake, and descended deeper and deeper.
I'd like to think that Nagito, or not Nagito, the Gundam, is like looking at Nagito very deeply, like, why is he moving?
Suddenly, it stopped like it always does. And the door opened. Oh, I hate this.
Well now.
I understand your desire to applaud this wonderfully vulgar trial ground. But it's
Yahoo!
so exhausting to discuss useless things, so let's get on with it already.
So sad. My chest hurts.
You know who else chest hurt? Nekamaru's has Kazuichi had to pry it open.
Forcing everyone to do this is so sad.
Hey!
Hey,
Come
hey!
on now!
Don't go talking without permission after I've said my catchphrase.
Now I'm really angry!
Otherwise, I'll roll a dice, and based on the results, I'll give you a sex change operation that many times.
No.
I guess in that case, Monami would have to hope for a 2, 4, or a 6.
Hey!
What an extreme punishment!
Now then.
Let's get on with it once again!
Yeah.
Let's get a move on, boys and girls! And so it begins. I hoped this would never happen again, and now it's happening for a 4th time.
Monami's not hung up yet.
It took us 15 minutes to get to the actual trial.
God.
The curtain to the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekamaru Nidai, the Ultimate Team Manager. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I had ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us.
Hajime, what do you remember?
He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically because of that. But he still tried to live earnestly. Just when I finally got used to his new form. Nekamaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekamaru, who betrayed their friends, I will never, ever forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Yes, we would like to save the current progress. So what we can do now is we can now set skills as we go on. Oh no, did I forget to buy skills?
I think so.
Oh no! Oh wait, I can do it from here. It's report card, yeah. Okay. What is charisma? Increases influence gauge recovery when correct answers are chosen. Effective when making choices or selecting two bullets. Downshift we don't want. Neutral liberation we can't afford. Illusion. The influence gauge recovers over time. During concentration and fever time. Effective during non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit and Panic Talk action. I don't know about that one. Increases bullet capacity. Effective during the... Oh, actually, wait, that's really good. We actually want that, so we have to reload less.
Yeah.
Some skills. It really sucks to remind us of just how many of these we don't have. Yeah. We have a lot, and I was glad that we got Shahiro's from the first game, which is Algorithm. And that one's really good. Especially for games like this. Alright, I think we're ready. Try it. Start.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go. Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today
Never have.
because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is.
Oh, hold on. Can I hit... Is it tab to figure out controls or escape? Okay. Well, this doesn't help.
I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it!
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident?
Okay, Cookie. Yes, Carl, Roop the Rabbit. So I get to see Carl in, what? It's gonna be 15 minutes to 7 hours and 45 minutes. But I have to leave in, like, 4 hours and 15 minutes.
We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
God.
The way this is
Mom
strawberry.
just called you again.
The way this is strawberry. Strawberry house.
Strawberry House.
Strawberry house.
Alright, guys, Victoria will be back. Victoria, I'm sending you things down so I can do things.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Oh no. You leave in 6 hours? Oh, I'm so jealous that you get to wait 6 hours. I have to leave in 4 hours and 14 minutes.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
Yeah, see, I'm jealous. My drive is 2 hours and 45 minutes. And also I had to account for any sort of stops on the way, so that's why I'm leaving at 2.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
Yeah, so, oh god, flexible legs. You're right.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Expect Victoria to come in and out of this stream a lot.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
You know, I actually agree with Akane right now. I think it's one of the Strawberry House dudes.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
Because what we know from what Nagito did is there's a way between Grape and Strawberry House. So it's... Oh, you have your school's kids on there? Hey guys, Victoria has Spanish first hour.
And then I have history the next hour.
You have US history after
Yeah,
that?
with Stanley.
Oh, I hear he's really boring. Yeah, I've heard that he's really boring. And then you have band. And then what's your fourth hour?
PE.
And then you have choir.
And then algebra and then English.
Oh no, okay, you have a really bad schedule.
I do, I'm gonna cry.
You're the cruelest one here!
Now. Enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
Yaki.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
It's true.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
That was insulting.
What's that supposed to be?
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
Huh.
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You could totally tell just by looking.
Huh.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing in the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Oh great, here we go. Make your argument. I know what this is going to be. It's going to be the hammer. Oh, it's not. Oh
Or
god.
the pillar.
Hold on.
The pillar. It's obvious.
Okay, so left mouse is to fire truth bullet. Right mouse is the silencer. Mouse wheel is selecting truth bullet. Concentrate is space key.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
Oh wait, hold on.
That pillar,
Looking
huh?
hammer is what they want, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
No, okay. Okay,
if it
that's
was
what I needed to
unexpected,
do.
I suppose
Okay.
that is possible.
That's right! It was a surprise beating!
No,
The
it's not
weapon
that.
is decided!
It's not the hammer. I love how it's all Nagi just, The hammer in the tower was the weapon? Like he said, it looks like that's the case, but it's too new.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer!
The pillar is correct.
The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
No, that's wrong!
Okay, that one was easy. It was an easy argument.
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Surprise me. Oh my god, Carl. There are going to be some fun streaming nights in the dorm room. As I'm trying to play through the solo games.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
Oh, somebody turned on the cold air. You can feel it.
I don't even know if I'm over there.
I can feel it coming out from under the bottom of the bed.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Correct.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
And not clean up the rest of the oil everywhere else?
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Kazuichi's overthinking this.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
Perfect, yeah.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Yes! Baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta? Me?
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you
Oh
guys.
my god, Kazuichi.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
Actually, benefits to being in your room, Victoria. The computer's not overheating like it normally does because it's so cold in here.
It seems that was a waste of time.
He's right.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
The pillar.
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
No, the pillar definitely.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
Correct. The actual weapon has oil on it. There's something that the crime scene that had oil on it was the broken pillar.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon! Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar!
That's not it either.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Correct.
Why?
Akane, we tried this. Literally, we did try this. Let me look at the truth bullets. I feel like that was something that we went over. Maybe it's not something that we went over. Well, it was something that we went over. It's just, yeah, it was so heavy that even two people couldn't touch it.
We tried to move it, right?
Hajime, you're not even trying. He's like.
This is your voice.
It's no use. It's barely budget.
Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Nekomaru himself. Surprise, Superman. Yeah. Yes,
Huh?
Superman did it.
Who are you talking about?
He's the murderer.
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So what, you're claiming that it's a suicide?
Yeah.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Could you imagine if this actually was a suicide case? And like they had to kill Denman's hamsters because of it? Did you know that's some sick thing that Monokuma would do? I'm just saying.
Don't be stupid! He ain't the type to commit suicide!
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
It's true.
Well, I guess you're right.
Oh, Akane, don't feel so dejected.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. The word suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled a suicide. No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
It is the pillar. I feel like that's correct. I think it's how the pillar was used that's wrong.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Right.
Huh? For reals?
Yes.
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. Alright, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Oh, I love her.
Sonia, here I go!
I love Sonia so much.
Okay. Wire, goodnight button, oil on the floor, tipped over pillar, chain, pillar fragments. I feel like it's probably going to be the pillar fragments.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted,
I think
beating
she's
him
going
with
to
it is
think of
beyond
how
a
I was
dream.
thinking earlier.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Yep. That's it.
No, that's
Oh,
wrong!
sorry, it's the pillar fragments. Okay, I'm glad that Okay, so I'm now 2 for 2 on
I
getting
was with
this.
Sonia. I thought it
If Nekomaru was
I
crushed
thought
by
it
the
was taken
pillar,
over the pillar
then there
originally.
should have been fragments on top of his body.
Yeah.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body.
Yeah, it's almost as if he was dropped on top of the pillar. Right? Well, that's what it seems like. That would be the only way the fragments would be under his body, right? Unless the pillar was knocked over beforehand, it did hit him, and then it didn't kill him. And then, you know, he was able to get up, and then somebody had killed him afterwards, and that's how he ended up on top of it. I don't know.
If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too. But it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
I feel so bad, Sonia.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already!
You let it go already!
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
I agree with the Kane. In some way, that's how it had to be used, otherwise there wouldn't be oil on it.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Well, somebody finally spoke up. Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
That's, yeah.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual.
Oh, he's back to being an asshole again.
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
There's a comment that I have about that comment. Then I'm not allowed to say because it spoils too much.
Oh,
So yeah.
What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Also, I kind of like how, like, all the X's are different on faces right here.
yeah.
So, like, Mikan's is almost more
It's
like,
like
a
the plus.
cross sign. Yeah. Like, it's like a red cross.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Oh, I wonder if they only did that for the killers. Hold on. Because I know Nekomaru's is food related.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Pekko's is.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough.
It's true.
But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
And this is probably going to be the wire.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I'm figuring out schedules.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
We got all 5 of the Monokumas in that stage, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I think so. I think we did. Right, hold on. This is really important now. So I'm going to be very upset if I did not get all of the Monokumas in that stage. And then I'm going to have to go through from the investigation, or from the, not the investigation, from the beginning of the chapter by myself to go back through and get that last Monokuma.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
Yeah.
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Yep, we got the Monokuma on the back of the roller coaster.
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
Hopefully not. Over Sesame Cat. Yep, we got that one.
We've seen it?
That's
we
right.
did get all of
You've
it.
seen it clearly.
Yeah, we have gotten all.
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
Monokuma chimes in. No, you're not.
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
So please don't make one.
I see.
I don't know why. but I'm not liking this.
You don't know why. You don't know why, because she's flirting
Mm-hmm.
with someone that's not you.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
This is the biggest chunk of this trial.
Yeah, which is gonna be like,
Huh?
the middle one.
The secret of the funhouse?
Right.
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
Right, so it's gonna use Kazuichi's account along with... Hold on. It's gonna be Kazuichi's account, and it's also going to be Strange Feeling and Tower
Yeah.
are gonna be the two biggest chunks in this, I have a feeling.
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Oh, fair, Carl. That's fair. Alright, that's cool.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Woo!
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right?
Nagito be like, nah, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, I know.
Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
Correct, Sonia.
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Good one, Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the knife for.
I know, I noticed that right away.
I'm waiting to look at Pecco's.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Shut up.
Oh, my car doesn't have cruise control either, so don't feel bad about that one,
Mine
Carl.
does.
Shut up.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
This is where Sonia's real personality really starts to shine.
Oh, I love Sonia
And I love
so
it.
much.
The two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. It's that weird feeling in the tower that is probably going to be this.
Yeah.
But it's either going to be that, or it's going to be... It's not... Yeah, it's Strange Feeling in the tower. Okay.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
That is true. They are.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
That's true. They are.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Oh my god.
Oh. So we've been thinking the two towers are the same building, but... That's... If that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here. So
In
I'm wondering
truth,
if it is
Strawberry
that-
Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
Okay,
No, that's
there's
wrong.
that one. I didn't think it was going to be that one. I figured that they are in the same place, right?
Yeah.
But I guess
Both of
not.
those towers, are they really the same place?
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Damn.
Well, oh, no, okay. Because remember, Nekomaru's body didn't move no matter which door you entered from.
Yeah.
It was on the far wall.
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
True.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something.
I think that the whole elevator rotates 180 degrees. That's an elevator, right?
Yeah.
It feels like it is.
If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
Oh my god.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Right.
Bow down.
Oh no!
Sonia!
I don't remember the controls for this. Okay. No, that's class trial discussion. You gotta read this right now.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
Sonia!
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
In the exact same place?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
And the oil on the floor, which is going to be the exact thing that we're going to use to counteract this? Okay, hold on. It's oil on the floor. Okay. Overturn is the right mouse button, by the way. Fire truthfully is left. I don't know what overturn is. I don't want to know what overturn is.
The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
So, I just made her a princess. She's overcoming my arguments with great form.
There are many different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by... I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Oh! Oh, I didn't know I had...
There are many different ways.
Okay.
The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay, that's not right.
I thought it was the second
Oh, I'm
one.
running out of cuts.
There are many different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
I
Go ahead
don't
and do
think
it.
it's that one.
No, I can't do anything with that.
There are many different ways. The body in the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay, I did it that time.
Someone said
Moving the
hello.
body and the pillar in
Hello.
such a short time.
Hello, everybody.
That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
Allow me to cut through those
I got
words.
lucky. Hi. Pretty Nagito.
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
God, I hate doing the slashing games.
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body in the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
Correct.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
Oh, so you're fine.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
You know what, Kazuichi? You get +1 point for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Correct.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
Correct.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they? Fun to watch, yeah. Fun to watch me screwing that up, because I forgot that I can cut multiple phrases at the same time.
Yeah.
I think.
I think.
No idea, huh?
The mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. The only thing we can do is rely on the person who has those clues, Nagito.
Hey, Nagito.
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint!
No, he's gonna give us a hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
And we need you to cooperate.
It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Like for the actual hope? Determined? Is he talking about the traitor? Oh. If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
That's to be behind the bedroom.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
Besides the killer. Perform the appropriate action in order to learn the secret. Could you be talking about the life-threatening game?
I see!
You're talking about the
killer
final dead room,
also
right?
did that. Yeah.
You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it.
I'm looking at schedules. I'm paying attention.
In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Here comes the answer.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture. Look.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room.
It's one pillar with nothing on the other side.
So it changes.
So they might know. What if it's two buildings stacked on top of each other? And it's all one building. So actually, Grape House is floor 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this pillar might be an elevator.
But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Exactly. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this
Then
picture.
let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Oh, you cut him off.
What doesn't make sense in this picture?
Oh, you know that there's not another building on the other fucking side?
Here!
Hajime, so
Here!
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
Yes.
Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it.
Especially since Grape House is significantly larger than the villa.
But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
Yeah.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means that there are contradictions contained in it. Doesn't make sense in this picture. So I'm also wondering if the pillar itself? No, it's the tower, right? Oh, this is it.
there's only one tower in this picture. That's why we've been thinking. That's what we've been thinking all along. Which means it's not unnatural at all. Don't you agree?
Crap!
Everyone's scared. It looks like I just made a fool of myself in front of everybody.
Do you believe it?
What else could it be?
It's the tower, right? There's only one
Crap!
tower that's in the map.
Here!
The trees?
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange.
Oh, maybe Strawberry House is on top
I
then.
think Strawberry House.
This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
Okay, then yeah. Those are really tall trees then.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
Which means they are stacked.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
It's cursed eye. Just like yours, Gundam.
Oh,
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this.
I want to watch for Pecco's face. But I want to see if there's anything special that they did for Pecco. Oh, there's Mockingbird. Yeah, we all know you're secretly a Hyoko, okay? Yeah, okay, so they did it for all the killers have special X's. Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Nagito.
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
The other clue? Is he talking about that one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The Octagon.
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
Right.
What does it mean?
Is that thing just now another hint figuring out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Oh, is this Hangman's Gambit? Yeah. No, it's Logic Drive.
I don't even remember that.
I don't remember how to play this one.
Oh, it's like that one. It's like when playing It Takes Two.
Move his mouse. Break his right mouse. Control keys accelerate. Jump his left mouse. Okay. I almost hit the wrong button.
Dives right into the ground.
Boom!
Aw, damn.
That came out of
Hajime.
nowhere.
Hajime, let me explode.
Okay, well, this is annoying.
This is embarrassing. This is just embarrassing.
Question 1. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist?
They exist.
Yes, they exist. I would like to believe that they exist. Yeah. That was a dumb question.
Damn it.
They're doing that on purpose. Okay. You have to get used to the pattern in which they appear. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same
They're
building.
the same building.
Right?
They're not two different ones, obviously.
Right, exactly. Okay, yeah, okay, we're on fire.
Yes, Hajime, look at you go.
Boink.
How many senses is
No,
that?
no, 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 no. Oh my god. I've yet to fall off yet. Question 3. How are Strawberry House and They're vertically. Okay. Yep, we were right. It's a tower.
I'm over here like, oh, I'm stupid. I don't know what's over here. Yes, Hajime.
Okay, yeah, they exist in the same building and they're on top of each other vertically.
It's all coming together!
This makes sense.
Hajime's like, I'm doing something.
Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
The direct one.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings.
They're one 6-story building.
They're actually one 6-story building?
Oh my god.
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Strawberry House is located. The floor's below her. Oh wait, no.
Crap!
Oh, no, I goofed. Ah! The floor's above.
I see!
I goofed up.
Hajime.
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle.
Right. So the octagon is actually an extension of Strawberry House that leads down to Grape House. So it's actually, so if you think about it, Strawberry House is a rectangle, so then it has the octagon just barely on the outside of it, which is any 8-sided shape.
Yeah.
It then has a way to go down to the hexagon that is Grape House.
Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
Oh snap!
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes.
Correct.
A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them.
Correct.
And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
Correct.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then, it's true? The building was really like that?
Yeah.
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Sure you can do it, Monomi.
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
They're the same tower.
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House, Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
Right.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Because it's an elevator.
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
No.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
Sonya doesn't care.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Until Hajime embarrasses you.
Yeah, Hajime will be like,
No, that's wrong.
Not so embarrassing. Hajime embarrasses Kai.
Wire, good night button, took over pillar, chain, broken doorknob. It's gonna be the strange feeling in the tower, I feel like. Yeah. Right?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Okay, but that's very clearly wrong.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
No.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
He is a
So
simp.
which one was the
You are
fake
right,
body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Okay, I think it's
It's my
Monokuma.
favorite person, man.
Dummy if Nekomaru's body existed? Does that mean the killer had been prepared in advance? Is something like that even possible? Oh, let's read Monokuma file before. Proof of bloody transformation, his body was severely damaged and beyond repair, so that should be the cause of death. Despite the fact that his arms and legs are dismembered, these limbs are actually designed to be detachable. It seems they separated due to severe. Aside from several other areas of his body, because of this has many functions and seem to. I don't think it's actually Monokuma file. Well, also, you have to think about the tipped over pillar being exactly the same. Chain doesn't have anything to do with this one. I actually don't know what this one is. It could still
Then
be
hurry up,
strange feeling,
dumbass!
though. It could also be broken doorknob.
One of
It's
the
broken
bodies
doorknob.
in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No, it's not broken doorknob. Ah, you're not making any sense. You got something to say,
Damn
just
it.
say it. I don't know if that's. I feel
I'm
like it
gonna
has
solve
to
this
be.
mystery!
Then hurry up!
One of the bodies was actually a.
You mean a fake?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible.
You're magnificent!
No fair! You.
So which one?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
So it is the dummy.
You weird.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
It could also be the good night dummy.
One of the
So,
bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
this one is the one that was weird.
Yeah.
Damn it!
But I'm also gonna die trying.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Wire.
Then hurry up,
night
dumbass!
dummy, tipped over pillar. It might be the tipped over pillar.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
Then how do you,
was actually a dummy!
well, how do you explain the
Damn it!
Wait! Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
I'm gonna
Watch.
solve it.
Then hurry up!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to
No, I
construct a
missed it.
dummy.
You're magnificent!
No fair! You.
So which one?
Shut up! Just pick one of them! I'm gonna solve it.
Then hurry up!
One of the bodies was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be
Mechanical
possible
body.
to.
You're magnificent!
No fair! You.
So which one?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Mechanical body has to be used on dummy.
I'm gonna solve this.
Then hurry up!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No!
Damn it!
Okay, so it's not that. I don't know what this is.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Broken doorknob, strange
Then
feelings,
hurry up,
power,
dumbass.
Wire, good night button.
One of the bodies in one of the towers
I have no idea.
was actually a dummy! Damn it!
I don't understand. I don't understand the answer to this one, right? I mean, could it be dummy used on mechanical body?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna think.
It's like, I don't know, man. Look, this is what I'm hearing right now. Where's your underwear?
Yeah.
This is how our life works now, huh? I don't understand. Like, right now, I'm like so lost. You know?
Yeah, I never understand trials. I
I
mean,
understand the trials.
my game that I play, I kind of just click on random things
Of course you do.
while I'm constantly saving because I'll die constantly.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's think about this
I'm
one.
gonna solve this
I
mystery in
just
a
didn't think
flash!
that we should be using this twice.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
But I guess it's
One of the
possible that we
bodies in
are.
one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No, that's wrong!
don't understand that one.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me too.
Huh? Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower,
Ouch.
we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Oh, but even his parts that he laid there were there. Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Damn, Kaz, you're getting called out by Sonya.
He's being sussed right now.
Sonya's like, no, not gonna happen.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
Yeah, I would
He's
never.
too much of a piss baby.
Yeah.
If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall.
It's true.
Exactly what I said, it's unfixable.
It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
Correct.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
Okay, so right now we can rule out Akane, rule out Kazuichi, rule out Chiaki, rule out Sonya, rule out Hachima.
Yeah.
So leave Fuyuhiko Gundam and Nagito. But I think we can rule out Nagito
because
too.
he was like, I'm gonna assess my house.
So we're really just down to Fuyuhiko and Gundam right now.
Yeah.
But at least in my mind, I don't think it's any of the girls.
I highly doubt it's gonna be
It could be Sonya or Chiaki, but it's definitely not Akane.
Yeah. But I highly doubt it'd be the girls.
It could be.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
Right.
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
Wow, this is one of those dumb questions that comes up. A device like that?
How do you make you want to know?
A device that transport things to different floors in the same building?
How do you know it's so stupid?
I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, let's do this. You know, an elevator? I don't remember how to play. Okay. Oh, well, I have to catch and then release, right? So I have to catch using right mouse button, release using right mouse button, and left mouse button is just linear explosion. So here's the even I need.
Where's the other?
Oh shoot, that was an accident. Oh, I missed my other need. I'm getting good at that.
Got it!
I know, I'm over here like, oh.
I'm getting really good at that,
You
but,
must
hey,
be
man.
talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
This thing I've been saying the whole time?
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator,
Exactly. That's why they
which
changed
means
it.
the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator.
Yes.
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Yes.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Yes.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
Floors.
Because it's just like the
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Right, but there was also missing a doorknob.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
I also love how Carl was like, bruh, he's such a simp.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
Thanks for your inspirational quote of the day.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
Things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. The pillar, Nekomaru's body, the hammer. The body, the pillar, and the oil we've been talking about for a while. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The only thing that these all have in common, they were on the floor, right?
I see!
I just say that.
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer.
Because it's on the wall and only the floor.
The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
It's an elevator where only the floor moves, yeah. There's something unique about the elevator.
Only the floor moves.
I see!
Yeah, there you go. So you were on top of it.
I knew that one.
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design.
I love how we've only been talking about like the strawberry building.
I know, we haven't even gotten to it.
And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Although they could actually lead outside.
I think it was too tricky.
Just for show. Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified.
Yeah, okay. You're right.
It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
You've been Kumite again.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Ew!
Swoon!
There's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix it on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain's there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand.
Right.
And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience.
Correct.
After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right?
Correct.
If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
It switches us around on slides because it goes 180 degrees.
Yeah.
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
It turns.
If that elevator moves vertically,
It doesn't move vertically, it moves horizontally and vertically.
then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side.
It's, this is gonna be, what is it, Kazuichi's account? Was you the one with the, yeah, he was the one with that.
But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the
Which
elevator.
just proves our point.
Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree, what does this mean?
Oh, this one is like, what does this mean?
If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? It's pretty easy, actually. Kazuichi's statement. This one's obvious.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should move.
vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong! The elevator wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you.
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Right, because you're going up in a spiral.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side,
That's what I'm thinking.
which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
I don't think they can hear it besides the fan back, the fan on the laptop.
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
It makes sense.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know.
Bye.
She'll be back.
And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun!
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear! So I was never human to begin with!
Fair.
I'm different from these lowly humans!
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet?
It's the structure of the
It's
building.
what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
It does keep getting... This is one of the more complicated trials of all 3 games, and they did that on purpose.
As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Here comes the iconic quote. What an octagon means.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
Yes.
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable. I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
Place befitting the name Octagon. It's probably right on the outside of Strawberry Tower, right?
Here!
Yeah.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the Octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's what I thought.
That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah. You can blame our mother.
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret
how'd you
room
know
in the
it's
depths
five?
of the final
Yeah.
dead room.
Pentagon's the one with 8, right?
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Hi, welcome back.
No, I don't want to do that.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Because the true identity is the structure.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse.
Wow, it's almost like I said this.
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon. What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? We made it to the halfway point.
The halfway point.
We're actually on a pace that says it's that we will be done before 3 hours.
Hiya!
Why, hello there! I never thought of a new I thought of a new bad word to call Monami!
I can already tell I won't be pleased by this.
Then let me say it right away!
I've already used insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word.
Monami is a serious, two-fault fatly!
That's much more straightforward than I expected.
Tisk, tisk, tisk! That's not it! That's not it at all! Stupid, bad, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all 3 of these would be Ta-da! Stu Fatley!
Huh? What? There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now.
Mon
Ami is a serious Stu Fatley.
Yes. Shadow reopen.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
I'm with you, Monami.
My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Especially when you were in the funhouse.
Yeah.
That area has glitch spots everywhere. Starving.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Okay, we're almost an hour and a half in. Do you want to go and switch out the drink? So we have to drink one more before I leave.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Yeah, I love that commercial break too. Yeah.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
You know who else is Stu Fatman? Nagito. Teru. Yes, Teru is Stu Fatley. Although he was Teru-fried.
Still very stupid.
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
He's right up at this point.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
By the way, that is now twice the baby has been sent to the room in 15 minutes.
Yep.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
Correct.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Also, stupidly sounds like an insult Kyoko would call.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
So Akane can kill them before they have an execution.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
I feel like we went back to the very beginning of this trial.
Yeah.
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway,
He's serious.
if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
Also, let's go over what we haven't used out of the truth bullets. Monokuma file number 4. Wire. Goodnight button. Chain. Akane's account. Killer fragments. No, we used that one. We used Fuyuhiko's account, right? No, we haven't used Fuyuhiko's account. Haven't used the wall clock. Haven't used contact elevator. Haven't used Strawberry Hall's button. We have used his sudden appearance. We have used Kazuichi's account. Clock alarm timer. Radio clock. Broken doorknob. Those are the ones we haven't used yet.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? Sorely damaged as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. If he was dropped, right? Falling, right? Yeah.
I see!
I'm slowly regaining my health.
Yeah.
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the
What if
method.
they went through the funhouse together?
Where in that
Or
building would you
the-
even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower.
Right.
You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Yeah. Yes.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the first floor, the door on the fourth floor won't open.
Right, but if he was tied on the 4th floor, something on the 4th floor,
What do you remember?
and then the elevator went down, and he fell from the 4th floor down to the 1st floor, that could have killed him.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Well, I'm driving the bus on the way there anyway.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Nekomaru died from falling. Where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? We're going to reach the truth behind this incident. I need to solve that mystery next. We're going to make your argument. So it's probably doorknob or wire, right? Contact elevator. Well, I think it's broken doorknob, right? I'm going with broken doorknob right.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
Good night button!
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Okay, it's the good night button.
When the elevator is on, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the and made use of the.
Hold on! Did you? As long as there's a moving object inside.
He's
No,
not
that's
moving
wrong.
at that point. Everything shuts down on him.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
Right.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
She's not wrong. Wayne created a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru was still in it. Kagi seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? The wire. And the doorknob. I'm assuming this is probably the wire. Yeah.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
Correct.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence,
Doorknob is
pest!
actually
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Rusty, no.
Okay, so I'm thinking that it's actually broken
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop...
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
It's not that. They don't really know how.
Crap!
Maybe it is wire on doorknob.
If you arrange it a certain way, You can cause the drop.
So you're telling to think about the
That arrangement. The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
No. Got it.
I agree with that.
I accidentally hit the wrong button.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
Yeah.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the
Oh,
elevator
remember.
moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
What?
Remember, only the floor moves.
Right.
So if it's tied. Oh!
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode, tied the tip of the wire into a knot, and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower and suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like.
You better not finish that sentence!
At least
the killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Yeah.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
well, just the wire doesn't hold it right.
It's gonna be something to do with like an alarm clock or something. It's gonna be, well, it's not clock's alarm timer. It'll be something about the broken doorknob.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Oh, I'm gonna get hurt bad here.
Damn it!
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him. It's possible that he...
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that. Now's the time if you want to take back, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru in is just impossible. End of story.
I'm gonna get pushed back in. Oh. Use that evidence I should be able to break the
What?
remarks.
Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was
Radio
sleeping, there's no
clock.
way he could do that to
Oh.
himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Okay, this makes more sense.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Yes.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Oh, it's not that. Okay.
Crap!
What?
Hold on.
Nekomaru fell on his own?
Killer fragments.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru is just impossible. End of story.
Yeah, but I also need to. Hold on.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
No, oh my god! I'm so confused! What? What? I don't know! I don't know.
Crap!
I Ouch.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Is it the alarm timer?
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
Allow me to cut through those words! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
Ryan, he doesn't have his arms to be able to balance himself out and turn himself over.
Exactly, so he's gonna end up wobbling. It's gonna break the doorknob and flat.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Mechamaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
No, it fell off because the doorknob
He
broke.
fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it.
Yeah.
If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that didn't even happen was because... In that case, I shall use my full power! Ooh, whoa! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru pulled all of his power into grabbing the doorknob with... He broke the doorknob beforehand.
He loosened it, yeah.
Yeah. But... Clanner. Now yeah, here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower! Ooh, whoa! Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in it. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said.
You are a pest.
I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Are
Says
you
to hurt
kidding
you.
Kyoko right now?
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
No!
If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
Baby gangsta.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
Yeah, he hit the pillar. It means that Nekomaru... It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. When Nekomaru fell onto the floor, the only thing I can think of that happened to him, he collided with the pillar.
Yeah, that's what I was
I see!
Cola came out of his eyes.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a
I feel like
coincidence.
if he didn't hit the pillar, he doesn't die. I feel like he hits his back on the ground.
Yeah, you would have been like, ouch, whoopsies.
So-and-so tried to kill me.
Dude, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
He's in
because
sleep mode.
I have a feeling... Well, yes, but wouldn't you be had to encounter them before he got put in
It'd be
sleep
like
mode?
sneak attack.
Oh, maybe.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m., and if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
But he fell at 5:30 according to your Okane story.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
She was like, I had to get there. It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed.
Oh my god.
How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. And I can't choke up in a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue breaking through this contradiction. Yes, it's another argument. But through Hiko's account, wall clock. I feel like it has something to do with radio clock. Right?
We headed for Grape Tower before 7 a.m., I am certain.
That feels about right.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Correct.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Correct.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru.
No, that's wrong!
It's a radio clock. It automatically adjusts. They can't change it.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Yep.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
Yep, both buildings, right?
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
I agree with Sonia.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Oh, God.
I never misunderstand! I'll crush you into dog food!
The time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something? Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Okay, it's a logic thread, which is fine. Oh yeah, shut up. Also, I found out that I can just use the key. Yes, it is a lot like Run. You're actually right. I think Run would have been more fun if it had questions. Oh, it was fun. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Was it the time in the building? Oh shit. Let me just take a hit for that one. I had to take a hit for that one, okay? It also saved the time when I jumped off earlier. Bang! Oh god! How am I supposed to make that jump? I know I need to stay now closer to the right side of it. Oh my god, I missed again. I wonder if I can I go fast? No, I don't think I can. I can try. No. Oh my god, I'm gonna die because I can't make a fucking jump. That is how I lose this story.
Yeah.
No! I feel like I might actually have to slow down, maybe? No, because that has nothing to do with it. Got it. Barely. No! I don't know how I did it either. Which clock was tampered with? The building's clocks. Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Please, for God's sake, do not make me do that again. Okay, checkpoint. Man, these logic dives are getting really hard. Those questions are easier. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses.
It's all coming together!
It's all coming together!
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
Yep.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
Correct.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Oh my god.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. You need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Wait, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Probably.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
Correct.
The time of death
Or Connor's account.
was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Connor's
The
Correct.
problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Yes, it is Akane's account.
If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great
I
clue.
missed!
Or
He
his
was
scream.
that, though.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
I don't know which one of those statements I have to agree with. By how much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? I need to...
If the time in the building, then we can only rely. The time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that if only
I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
There it is. I was like, I knew that it was that one, I just missed.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
And she was in one of the good rooms.
Yeah.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
And Nagito didn't hear it either.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Right.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling noise was heard at 5:30 a.m. To answer how much the time was right off in front of us, 2 hours.
I see!
Yeah, that's easy. Thank you, Hajime.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
Correct.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, For what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Right. Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, what that specific thing is... Monokuma Tai Chi?
I see!
Really?
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
Give me a second, you guys. I'm fixing up the, Thank you, I hate spam. Get out. Spam accounts.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Grape Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru.
Yeah, that's how I feel, Carl. Dumb robots.
His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Yeah, I don't need any fans. Carl's all I need right now. He's the only fan I need.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
Only for Yuriko went with him.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
Right, because Monokuma
I see.
missing him.
Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early! He didn't even ask you yet!
Jeez, how outrageous! I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
2 hours passed.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Correct. Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
Think about those rooms, the special rooms.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
You don't want me to know.
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
That's Nagito, though.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
It's Nagito
I
at that point.
remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? It's Nagito.
It's Hajime, obviously.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
Right, but how did Gundam hear?
Gundam
Because remember,
freaked out.
Sonia didn't hear anything from her room.
Exactly.
You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Just like Sonia.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
And they all had the deluxe rooms, yeah. Carl. No, I think his name is Frank now. He's Frankito. Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Three people who didn't hear the rumbling sound, Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could that also be the secret that points to the
They're all
killer?
female.
It's the luck. I don't think Nagito's female. Oh my god. Can we please get the D?
Oh my god.
Crap. Oh my god. Fucking ass, dude.
I got it!
That takes a lot out of you. To have to go back and forth consistently. Can you mention how this is going to be when we play the
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. It is soundproof. Gundam had the other one. We checked this earlier. Standard room may have so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the current room has severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Yeah, the only person who was in the deluxe room that heard.
Hold on a sec! Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive
I love it
factor?
that, like, no one has been like, what are you doing so far? They're kind of just overlooking it.
I know. Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us. The killer who murdered Nekomaru. The only other person who had a deluxe room.
You're the only one!
Mhm.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it,
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge, and they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Oh. I'm very upset.
Because I was in the
No,
lounge.
don't rip them. Because
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? That ruckus. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing a sacrifice. Don't go you making all that noise so suddenly?
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least...
Say something?
Answer me this. Including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess?
10.
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
Gun ham.
Gun?
Gun ham.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
I think we're getting ready to do the rhythm game.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
He's panicking.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce? Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Oh.
Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Wait, can we not finish this so he collapses from poor health?
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Hold on, you guys. Sorry, I had a text from my mom. Okay. Now to return.
Ah! You said opening act again!
He's getting real pissed, isn't he?
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
The octagon.
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
No, that's wrong.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
I think it has.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as the contradiction that can't be overcome. Yep, and the rhythm in the game. No, no. It's going to be it's going to be something like the contact elevator.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Oh, hold on.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
That's not right.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
That's it?
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already?
The only way. Yeah, no. There's a secret passageway.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
There it is.
No, that's wrong!
I was like, no, it's going to be something Nagito says.
Exactly.
But it wasn't. It was something that's
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
Nagito's sudden appearance.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
You just dropped by, man.
You're the only one!
Yeah.
Nagito, you should know.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show off. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Okay, Hulk. Uh-oh. What am I supposed to be using here, then? Pillar break response line by radio clock broken doorknob.
No idea.
I have no idea. Radio clock broken doorknob, wire, goodnight button. Wait, the wire!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, You could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh my god. I don't know
Even
how
if
to.
the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I ran out of cuts.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes,
No!
provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I'm not good at this. Send the Mangi, it's right.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I did it. No!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I did it. Oh my god, that was
I already
painful.
proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind...
Allow me to cut through those words!
Means, but okay.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer
We're actually
obtain them?
Very close.
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools
I
there.
remember there were
I'm
wires
pretty
all
sure I
over
saw
here.
stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
Let me very angry.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case, but there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point, so he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
This is where the bullet time action comes in.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Gundam definitely fought Nekomaru.
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
Isn't it really hope these guys are teenagers?
Yeah.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
I don't know if
It
it's
appears I cannot finish just yet.
Is this the kind of stuff that, yes, a teenager would spiral out of control like this in a situation like that?
I know.
Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumption!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
Correct.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To
Oh, sure,
press
you're
it,
right.
I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Correct.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human.
Correct.
You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
That's because you're not human. I guess if you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Bullet time action. No panic talk action, sorry. Left mouse button is lock on and attack. Left mouse button is final strike. Tab is to reload. Fever time is space key.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end!
Dark.
Shut up! Poor Dark David. I don't know how I got through
Even
that,
if
by
you
the way.
didn't get behind
Oh, I
Nekomaru,
wasn't even
I hit the-
you should have been able to
I
press
hit
the
my
button on the
fever
back of his
momentum.
neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
He fucked up when he showed us that they could press the button up in the elevator.
Yeah.
Of course, that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Yeah. Emissary of Evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox, Senji! Choo-choo! Click. Press the button. Truly, this is the Skyline Lamentation arc of the Demon Mouse.
Mouse.
Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, With your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Closing argument. Alarm set for 5:30. Hung loop on doorknob. Nekomaru wakes up. Then what did the alarm do in Nekomaru's chest? The door to Strawberry Hall got destroyed. He was in the lounge since early morning. What time did Yumiko see Nekomaru? 5 a.m.
No.
You don't think so? Huh. Nekomaru's weakness is... Okay, that's the good night button. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet. So could be that. Yeah. The killer destroyed one after leaving the tower, yeah. Stock 2. Who sent the lounges, log? No. This is the universe next thing. Nekomaru's leaving, no. What was the fake weapon left at the tower? That's the camera. Who gathered at the lounge? Nope. Why did Nekomaru fall? Don't know, came off. We set the lounge clock alarm. Yeah. I understand how these work, that's why. Well. Yeah. That's that one. Last step. Who gathered at the lounge? I woke up at. Who heard the rumbling? It is Hajime, actually.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
That's because he was startled.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House.
By the way, this is officially the shortest trial. It has been 2 hours and 35 minutes instead of... Our longest one was 3 hours and 20.
Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else.
I could see Gundam doing that pose.
That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
This. Not...
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there.
4 talk tables of destruction!
With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door.
You know, you didn't realize that like there's no blood on it, so why would it be the weapon?
This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking.
Okay.
Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Splendid.
I forgot you were watching.
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Funhouse, yes. Actually, it's Death House.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
Come on, eh?
Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
I don't know if Sonya's super upset.
You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
No.
Oh, there's gonna be one of these is gonna be really bad. 64. 46, there it is. That was that last logic dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was kind of bad.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Oh, crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Oh, now he got a list. Me when I wear my retainer.
Oh. Are they not even gonna give us a second in between the... In between the killing and the... I mean, in between... Wow. They're not even going to give us time in between the, class trial and the...
We're done.
Execution. Okay, we do get time.
Oh, it'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The only one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka!
Nice!
Yay! I said that all without biting my tongue!
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do this execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish it until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
What do you want to talk to? Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well!
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died. This was an honor thing. Either one of them could have died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain.
Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the fun house. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death. We don't have much left.
That is...
I risked life and death?
Let me tell you
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me.
Huh?
If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would have never known why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
I believe so, to try and save everybody.
Yeah.
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, As expected of you, Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka! Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me! I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance!
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might! I won't go easy on you! Don't even think about holding back! Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics! Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Oh boy. Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong.
I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you
However,
this.
I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment. A mere feeling of resignation. Wait! Are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than our friends kill each other. Huh? You mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's an insult to life itself!
Let me ask.
However, you fools... Have you fools heard of the term dog-eat-dog? No. Cannibalism?
Fine.
Cannibalism.
In zoology, cannibalism is commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live! If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being! Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity!
You.
Are you saying all that to try to justify what you did?
But
it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But even so, don't you think it is a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime?
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but... compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that... Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I cannot believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka!
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like
Not in a
dust
million.
in the wind.
Not in a billion. Not in 10 billion years. In the name of Pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? And I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin! You're gonna miss the execution.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate breeder! Gundam Tanaka!
Peace.
Please wait!
Please wait. This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma. Please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
Please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam.
Peace, Victoria.
It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind, however...
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open Sesame Pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Gundam. When I said trample was going to be ironic earlier. What a noble man to go save his hamsters. This is where we learned that Gundam is actually a warlock. And he knows what he's doing. Look at him, he knows what he's doing. But he couldn't do it soon enough. Gundam. He was gone just as fast as he got here. You know what that face kind of reminds me of right there in the sky? You know the song with the old guy just going ah in like the top left corner the whole time? That's what that face reminds me of. I am more sad for the Dark Devas. Now, in actual lore, during this time, Sonia actually takes care of his 4 Dark Devas of destruction from now on, keeping them in her cabin.
Gundam. No. No!
Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still linger deep in our chest. Don't give up on life. If I misunderstand what he meant, then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all Full of shit, every last one of you. For Dark Divas. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best. Like no one ever was. To catch them is our real test. To train them is our cause. Chiakimon.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For our sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry up back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Oh, hold on! How much longer can you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling so down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry up and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a second! That mood shift is too damn fast!
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then, let us go back for now and eat. And then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. And of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. We shall continue this next time. I'm Vaughn, and of course speaking for Victoria. Goodbye everybody. Have a good night.